Good morning, everyone. In this week's Torah portion, we finally get to the point where Yosef reveals himself to his brothers. After the hardships that he went through, being sold into slavery, being accused of adultery, then rising himself up through God's help, of course, becoming second in command, having children, and then the brothers coming down, they didn't recognize him. He decided to put a test to see if they changed their ways and they're willing to put their differences aside for family. Finally, he reveals himself. But right before he reveals himself to his brothers, the Torah decides to tell us something a little insignificant, seemingly insignificant. The Torah tells us that Yosef asked everybody to leave the room. There should be no one in the room. Why did the Torah have to tell us this? If it happened, that we know Torah is not a history book. There's a lot of pieces of information that are missing. So whatever the Torah tells us, it has to be a lesson. So why did the Torah feel that it had to tell us that Yosef told everybody to leave the room? There's many different ideas, but I want to share with you one beautiful idea. That Joseph knew that he was going to reveal himself to his brothers, and his brothers were going to be embarrassed. They were going to feel ashamed, as the Torah tells us afterwards. He didn't want them to go through that shame, that embarrassment in front of other people. Even though they might not have understood what was going on, as we know, they didn't know the language. They had to have an interpreter between them. But still, just that knowing that they're embarrassed in front of other people, Joseph did not want them to go through that. They did not deserve that, did not need that. Imagine that Joseph, who went through so much pain, was thinking about his brother's feelings to the extent of the Torah has to tell us that he asked everybody to leave. How much we should think about other people's feelings. Think about when we say something in front of other people. Think about how we're acting in front of other people. Think about how that person will feel if this is revealed, even if people don't understand, but how that person is going to feel. On Facebook, on Instagram, in person. So let's all grow and think about the other people and think about what Yosef did. That he asked the people to leave the room, that his brothers shouldn't get the news and feel this embarrassment and guilt in front of other people. Wishing everyone a beautiful day and a great week.